So let's talk about our agenda for today. We've got a big agenda. We normally do a 2-hour spring training, but today um, we we're going for a 3-hour training because we have so much to talk about. We're going to start off with a session, I guess we'll call it a session on HB 182. If you want, you can indicate in the chat whether you're familiar with this bill. This is a bill that we get a lot of questions about. So we're happy and excited to give you some more information on that bill. Next, we'll have the great honor of having Whitney Wallace present to us from Tooele County School District. She's going to be giving us a great presentation that she gave at C-Forum a couple months ago that we're really excited about. So thank you, Whitney, for being willing to do that. We're going to take a 10-minute break so you can, do what you need to do during that time. Following that, we'll have John introduce some of the new resources that the student data privacy team has to present to you. I'm going to do a session on myth-busting directory information, which I'm really excited about. We'll take another 10-minute break, and then we'll have the privilege from hearing from Jeremy and Melissa, who are going to be talking to us about another really big bill, HB 491, which I think you'll find helpful. We'll kind of start wrapping things up with HB 84, which Melissa will present, and then I'll do a short presentation on other legislative items. And then we'll have a closing. Please note that after the presentations are over, we're going to stop the recording, and then, but you're welcome to stay on, and we'll allow you to unmute yourselves at that time if you would like to just ask questions. So that's an opportunity for you. Speaking of questions, if you have questions as we go along, it's a big groups, but we want you to be have the opportunity to ask questions. So please feel free to actively utilize the chat. Jeremy and Melissa are going to be acting as our question masters. So they're going to be kind of keeping track of questions in the chat. Some of the questions we might answer in the chat, and others we will answer verbally. So I invite Jeremy and Melissa to interject themselves at any time during anyone's presentation if they feel that, if they see a question in the chat that would be best answered in the moment. Otherwise, they will be compiling the questions with their accompanying answers in a Google Doc, and we'll make that available after the training. And then, as I mentioned, you'll have an opportunity to ask verbal questions after the recording is over if you'd like. Jeremy will be monitoring the chat as well as Melissa, and keep your eye open for links to materials in the chat. And one last shout out to the resources document. Thank you, Melissa, for dumping that in the chat again. And again, this is a really great opportunity. This is a great resource for you to have the agenda, but also links to slides and other stuff. So I'm Katie. I'm the Director of Privacy. And I also want to acknowledge I know that at least some of you are new to your role as a privacy person in your district or charter school. So welcome. We want you to know that I know that this new role can feel potentially overwhelming. Also understand that if there's stuff that we talk about today, whether you're new or not new, that feels overwhelming, we get it, and we are really happy to help and support. So please reach out if you have questions. I love that about our team, that we enjoy supporting LEAs. So please reach out. John and Nicole in particular are really great at doing onboardings for brand new data managers. So you could reach out to them specifically, but anyone on the team is going to be very helpful. And then we also have on the call Melissa, who's our data privacy and governance specialist. Jeremy Zabriskie, who's relatively new to our team, who is our data privacy and security specialist. So he brings that excellent expertise to the group. I'll also note that he is from a charter school. So that's a fun connection for the many of you who come from the charter school space. And we're also always really grateful to have Nicole here. She's an amazing administrative assistant, and she is running our Zoom meeting today. So here's the team.